Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this afternoon for our web event, Close Complex Sales Faster, Empowering Your Sales Team to Drive Revenue with Simple Sales Strategies. Today, we are joined by Sales Executive Alex Folks. Alex will take us through his presentation, and while he is doing that, if you have any questions, please feel free to direct chat me those as they come up during the presentation. All right, over to you, Alex.
All right, great. Megan, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
Great. Well, good afternoon, everyone. As Megan mentioned, thank you again for joining our webinar today, Closing Complex Sales Faster. My name is Alex Folks, as mentioned, and today we're going to walk through a few things that are going on in the industry. So just to jump to our quick agenda, we're going to talk about how we're going to empower your sales team. We need to focus on three main areas, minimizing time spent on administrative tasks, effectively communicating and utilizing the correct technology. That's going to help you close complex sales faster while reducing the burden on your organization. After the slides, I'm going to take you through a quick introduction of CPQ software, and then we'll jump into a live demo of the software. As mentioned, if there's any questions that come up, please feel free to put them in the chat box, but we will save some time at the end for questions as well. So let's jump into it. So looking at this right here, how do we minimize our administrative tasks? These have become a focus for every business year in and year out. How do we utilize our staff more effectively? What bottlenecks do we face in our quote to order process? These are all questions we're always asking ourselves and trying to understand and be better at. With having the right sales resources and tools available, you're able to effectively qualify leads, generate quotes and orders, and streamline workflows through the organization with minimal staff. With using a tool such as customer relationship management or CRM, you can have all your sales information in one place. Your reps can easily go in and manage all customer information, create opportunities to generate quotes and orders, and this is going to help eliminate dual entry of data, along with giving you one version of truth in regards to your customer and prospect sales information. Another aspect of using the solution like CRM is giving your team the ability to service your customers on the go with a mobile app, easily being able to generate quotes and improve customer service with your customers on the fly. In the end, this is going to help keep your information in one spot, eliminate that dual entry, and move on from the pen and paper order forms and extensive Excel spreadsheets. So now on to communication. This is a must for every organization. How do we effectively communicate within our organization, our customers, or a distribution network? Are we notifying the correct departments when something changes on price of our product? Did we update all the correct forms, our spreadsheets, our internal systems with the right information? These are all things that go in and day out throughout a business. We're trying to always effectively communicate to avoid mistakes and to build our customer loyalty. In today's landscape, we understand how much our first impression is seen by the customers and ultimately ends up going to winning the sale. For example, the price of our flagship product has gone up by $1,000, and Alex, our sales rep, just sent out a quote. But the Excel spreadsheet was not updated correctly, and he just sent out the wrong price to the customer. So now we have a quick decision to make. Do we honor the price that we sent over to the customer, or do we contact the customer to let them know of this change? These are, common scenarios we're seeing across the industry, and we're always trying to avoid, because we do not want to make the customer feel uneasy on doing business with us, and we want to appear professional and make sure that we are doing things right on the first try. With using the right tools, you can have all your data in one location and easily make updates and instill collaboration between all parts of your organization. If you need to go to your engineers to understand what the cost is to make this product, if we have an all-in-one tool where all that information can be updated, all that information can be communicated across, this will help, create a fast, friendly customer service environment that's going to lead us to, scaling up our business and winning more business. So nextly, communicating effectively with sales systems goes hand in hand with using the right technology to instill confident salespeople. Using the correct technology is critical to your company's future. Arming our sales teams with the correct tools for them to multitask, document our customer interactions, and continue focus on the customer. Also, with proper use of these tools, they're also representing your company in the professional way you want. As mentioned, CRM can help you on driving sales strategies and understanding trends in the market. Along with the use of CPQ, we can empower your salespeople to produce quotes and all documentation to support in minutes. We can provide 2D models to bring your products to life, and that's all what sets you apart from the competition. With the tools in a CPQ system, your teams will close more deals, drive more revenue for your business, and even your newest hires will seem like products experts when they use CPQ. One customer I talked to recently had mentioned with their onboarding process, it was typically taking about 6 months to get them, using the systems correctly, understanding our product information, and understanding how to work internally within our organization. With utilizing these tools, they were able to take their onboard their employees in less than a week compared to it taking 6 months in the past. So just another way we're going to help save you time and help you be more productive. So with that being said, let me give you a little intro into what is CPQ. So starting out, let's jump into it with the first letter, which is C for configure. Now, with configuring your products, we're allowing you to build out your complex product rule sets and compile how your product can be made with all available options, helping error-proof this along the way. And a nice, easy-to-use visual interface, which we're going to see in a little bit here. But essentially, our teams can go in and select our product, select our designs, and all options that go along with it, while having a visually appealing with all your information and brochures all built into the tool. So let's move over to now P, which stands for pricing. This is a big aspect for every company. How are we going to set our price for our products, and what happens when they change, throughout the months, throughout the year, however it may be. So pricing is a logic-based system that is really tied to the configuration that you've done in step 1. But you can also set your base price. You can also have your engineering pricing, what it would take to modify based on dimensional size, tolerances, whatever it may be, along with setting custom price for, maybe unique items that you necessarily don't always sell. The second piece would be if we have certain customers, say they're tier 1 suppliers compared to a tier 3 supplier, we can set custom pricing to each customer. We can also add discounting bundles. If you're discounting a price to either win business, or you're discounting based on bundling prices together. If you buy these 2 products, we're able to bundle that price and give you a little bit of a discount. This can all be done within the application and give you one easy version of truth for your salespeople to effectively give pricing to your soon-to-be customers. And then lastly, the last part of CPQ is the Q, which stands for quote. Within quoting, we're able to give multiple versions of quotes. We're able to choose our customers or, extend this to our dealer network, giving them a 24/7 self-service selection of configuring your products and selling to the end user. Within that, right, we're able to generate quotes and email them, or potentially print them off in Word or PDF versions. But we can include all of our 2D images. We can include our product specs, our warranty and term information, along with the correct pricing based on that customer. Very easy to do and easily generated based on your business rules and process. The last part here is integrating into an ERP solution. Typically in a CPQ environment, we're taking a product that needs to be manufactured or assembled at some point. With that being said, in an ERP system, we're able to generate your bill of materials as we're configuring the product, which also comes into your business process or routings. Operation 1 to operation 5, starting production to getting it shipped out the door. We can also see our job orders. We can also close out and see when those are shipped. Just another way we're taking this solution, integrating it, and helping automate your entire business process. So next with that, let's talk about with CPQ, there's 3 main points we want to come across and what our customers are seeing every time they're utilizing this technology. One, the first thing is we want to increase your sales. Giving you a nice, easy to use platform for your sales reps to effectively communicate with your customers and quote out the right products on the first try. We want to eliminate the risk of human error. We want to reduce the costs associated with going through these quotes. We want to improve the customer service, and we want to optimize your product design. With improving the quote process and the bid documents sent to your customer, we're really giving them the first impression that we want as a company to portray. We're able to, get larger orders because we can easily cross-sell and upsell with all options available and right at our fingertips to present to the customer. We're able to innovate and bring new products on in a faster and able to grow market share, diversify our company, and really give our customers everything they need to see and show how our business is improving day in and day out. And also with giving these complete personalized proposals with our complex products, we're able to establish better win rates and make ourselves unique outside of the customer base. Next from here, let's talk about reducing costs. So one, we want to gain sales, but we also want to reduce our internal costs. So we're getting better margins on every sale that we do. So with this, right, what are we doing? Well, one, we're giving our dealer network an option to go through and quote right within our tool, right within our products to give to their end customer. That allows to fewer returns, less scrap and rework because we have all of our correct bill of materials. We have all of our routings and everything built into the configuration, allowing us to get it right the first time and not have to go back and fix what we make mistakes on. We're also going to be able to repurpose, or we're able to scale our business with the same amount of staff we currently have. Whether it's we have 4 order entry takers right now and 10 sales reps, we may be able to repurpose a few order entries into adding more value to other parts of our business. It's always key on understanding where we can make our improvements, where we can improve our margin lines, and overall increase our sales while doing with the same amount of people we have. Just another way that utilizing this technology, it's going to help in the communication through all aspects of your business, along with giving everyone a tool to easily do their jobs. So lastly, with increasing sales, reducing our cost, what is going to make us unique and differ us from the competition? One, with giving our customers a tool to easily go in and quote their own products for the end customer, that is making it very easy for them to order with us. That is improving time and improving collaboration, and overall giving them all the information they need right at their fingertips to be able to walk their customer through and give them the product that they need. Along with this, one of our customers had mentioned they're able to train their new dealers on using our platform to quote in less than 45 minutes over the web. And that's giving them access to all the information they need, increasing the response time and improving customer satisfaction. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you more customer loyalty, because if we're doing it right the first time and getting it out to the customers in a timely manner, they're going to want to continue doing business with us, and we're going to continue building that loyalty, and hopefully that word of mouth is going to spread and bring us new business. We're able to, shorten our quote to delivery time. Instead of quotes taking, hours or days, we can now do them in minutes. And with them being done right the first time, we're able to get those jobs manufactured and pushed right out to their doorsteps. And then at the end of the day, we can always expand our product offerings in an easy to use collaborative tool. And with that being said, what I want to do now is jump over to the demonstration piece of CPQ. Megan, is there any questions that have come through at this time?
Nope, we're good for the demonstration.
Okay, I'm going to jump right over real quick and just switch my screen. And here we go. Can you see my screen okay, Megan?
Yeah, looks good.
All right, I'm going to full screen it. So for this demonstration, I'm logging into the Infor CPQ application in the cloud called Enterprise Quoting. This is really a sales and ordering tool that we're going to be able to walk right into and create quotes and orders for our customers. So as you can see, I just logged in, typically through the web browser, and this is going to load us to the main screen within Enterprise Quoting. What I want to start with on this demonstration is the Infor Mingle tool. I think this is nice to show because it's really one area where we can collaborate and communicate effectively with all users within the tool. So one thing you can see here from the My Feed, it almost reminds you of like a Facebook wall where we can see everything that's been happening, over the last couple of days, months, years, whatever it may be. So we can see that, hey, some quotes have been entered in. But along the lines too, if there's ever any changes to products, this is something in the past, but you could see, hey, the cost of our door had gone up by $10. I shared that with all public members within the application. So all of our dealers, all of our distribution network, I can effectively give them a rundown of what changes are coming down, whether it's price of product, we're doing a new product offering, whatever that information would be, we can easily share that within this tool. They know that this is the area they need to go in and look at and see what's going to be changing down the line. But along with that, we can do it to the public. But the other piece I can show you here is, one, we could have connected users. We could have individual groups, right? We could have our sales team, our engineering team, and we could have that collaboration all built within the Mingle application built into EQ. As you can see too, you can have certain connections right here within my internal team. I have Dave, who's the sales manager, and Dylan, who's another rep like myself. We can easily communicate within this tool and effectively see everything that's going on within our business. So jumping over here now, we'll go right back into the enterprise quoting application. So this is really the heart of your tool right here. As you can see on the left side, there's many different panes and tasks right here, right? So let's looking into it. We can easily generate a quote, and then we have a direct and a dealer. So granted, this is an app-based permission software where if I was a dealer on behalf of company A, I would only see a few of these tabs. I wouldn't have the ability to make any changes to the products, pricing, anything of that nature. That would all be set up by company itself. So for today's demonstration, I want to walk us through a quote for internal. So I'm going to click on the direct tab here. And then once this loads up, I'm going to start by creating a new quote. So right here over on this tab, we can do new quote. I'm just going to close this little box to give us some more screenshot here. So I'm going to start a quote today. And then first part of my quote, I need to select my customer. So going in here, I'm going to select our friends at Big Sky Electric. And once I populate the customer information, you'll notice on the quote summary, I have the contact, which is Thomas Slick here. If there was any PO numbers that they had specific to this order, we can add that information right in here. So we'll just give them a PO number of 1234 today. And then the next piece, right, we need to choose our product that we're going to be configuring today. So this is going to take us right into our product catalog. So the product catalog is a nice, easy, visual, detailed view of what products I have to configure. On the left, you can see I have different categories to choose from, or I can just go through and look through all my list of products. So today we're going to be configuring an excavator. So from the category tab, if I click construction equipment, I should see that the excavator is in here and it's configurable. Now you'll notice too that we do have some products that maybe not need to be configured, but we do need to add them to the quote itself. So we can easily add those items in from here as well. But today we're going to select the excavator, and then we're going to jump into the configuration. So I brought the product up. Now I'm going to click this configure button, and this is going to launch the configurator window. So starting out in the configurator, we have our first question that's asking, what type of equipment are we looking to quote today? And as you'll notice, as I make these selections, it's going to populate my next question. But one thing to notice for the excavator, the class comes up and we see the different weight ranges we have for the excavator. If I were to choose a dozer, that class is going to change now into horsepower. Just another way that you cannot make a wrong selection because we're guiding you through this entire process. Guided selling is very crucial, and especially very complex businesses such as the construction industry. So we're going to go through and make a few other selections here as we go through. Now we need to choose our machine model. Now if I could type in the model number if I knew it off the top of my head, but say I'm a new sales rep and I go, okay, I'm not really sure which model they need, I'd probably have to see them. If I click on the magnifying glass, I can easily bring up all models of our excavator. We have some nice visual demonstrations of what they are. Just another way we're making this process a little more visually appealing and easier on the customer. One thing to notice before we move on, I just wanted to highlight a few things on the right side here. With our open book, this is really a summary option. These are the summary of all the selections we've made so far. and also all the required selections that we haven't completed yet. Secondly, with our clipboard, we're going to have our pricing. So this price will update in real time as I make each of my selections. And then we also have either a static image, there could be 2D drawings as we go through. So just another note, we can easily go through and see what we're making our selections to and what each individual cost may be. So jumping back into this, we now have our price list choosing. So what does that mean for us? Well, if we have customers that are located geographically in different areas, there may be different costs associated with getting the product there, or just based on where it's going, there may be differences in cost. So we have the ability to choose between different price lists. So with price list A right here, we see our cost is $11,400. And this is for our Midwest customers. If we're going to the West Coast, we need to choose price list B. Now, when we choose that price, you notice we have the same make and model, but that cost has changed now. So just another way that we can really take this complexity and bring it all into one easy quote and make our selections as we go through. So I'm going to finish some of the selections here, run through, and you notice with our red exclamation points, these are required options that we have to answer and able to move forward within this quote. So I'll make a few of the rest of the selections here, and then we'll see some other options come up. Now, the last thing here on the bottom, we see in the yellow that we need to add a bucket. So I'm going to choose this option, and now I'm going to hit continue. Now with hitting continue, it's opening up another tab. I mean, I could go back and make any different selections if need be, but now I'm with my new tab, we need to add a bucket to our excavator. So now we can see we have an image change now to one of our buckets. But I'm on the phone with a customer and we have 3 different options for our buckets, but I'm not really sure which one is best. So from this information tab, the little I, this can load the brochure for the new sales rep who's a little unsure exactly which bucket would be best for the customer. And we can scroll down and we could let the customer know exactly what each bucket can do and what they're used for, right? Giving us that information at our fingertips, being able to communicate that to the customer effectively is really going to help us get these quotes out much faster, but make sure we're doing it right the first time. So from here, we know that they need a cleanup bucket. And then we have our bucket style chosen. We could choose our width, our capacity, and answer the rest of our questions here. Now, the last part too is if there's any special instructions, any unique things to this configuration that we want to be conveyed to our manufacturing floor, or the customer just wants us to know. For instance, they don't want this shipped in pieces. They want the complete excavator shipped as one. Oh. So I can add that option right in here. And then once I order this product, this will be communicated to the appropriate departments throughout the process. So right here, I'm just going to click continue. We now have our full price. And up on the top left here, we do have the finish button. So that means our configuration is complete. We've made all our selections and we're ready to move forward. So once I click the finish button right here, it's going to take me back to where we were on the product catalog. But on the top right, I can go right back into my quote and we'll now see that we have a line item for an excavator. Here's just a configuration summary of some of the options we have selected, our static image here. We could also add in the requested ship date for the customer. Say they need it in the next 3 months, we could choose that day and go right through and have that information passed along. Now, the second piece here too, what if we need to add another product within the selection? So for the purpose of today's demo, I wanted to show you, 1 to 2 different products and really give you a feel for the layouts of the configurator, the questions that are asked, along with some of the other features such as 2D imaging. So real quick, I'm going to go back into my product catalog, and they also need a front door, which one of our other companies provide as well. So I'm going to go in here now to the window and door category, and I'm going to choose a door to be configured. What I like showing in here is the ability for 2D, but on the first pane here, before I jump into the configuration window, I want you to notice some of these configuration options. So these are what's known as rapid options. We have customers who are producing thousands of quotes a day. And really, if we can minimize the amount of clicks they have to do, that's going to save them a lot of time in the long run. With these rapid options, we're able to go through and make the selections of our entire door configuration without going into the configure screen. Just another way we're helping, minimize those tasks and save you time on the long run. But for today's demonstration, I am going to jump into the configuration window. As you'll notice, this layout is a little different from the last. Just another way that we can customize and configure this to really make it any way we need to be. As you notice, with us at RenaissanceTech, pink is one of our default colors of our logo. So we've now adjusted all of our buttons to have that pinkish glow to them. So I'm going to go through and make a few selections. We're choosing our door. And as we notice right here, here is our 2D image that is populating. So we still have our detail summary tab with all of our pricing, and then the summary of all of our selections we've chosen so far. So let's jump into the dimensional side of the door. And I like to go back to this image to show we have a square panel, square top door currently. Let's make that an arch panel, arch top door. Our 2D image is changing in real time along with our dimensionals. So we see our height right here is 80 inches. Let's adjust that to 79 inches. That drawing will now parametrically scale and change along as we make our dimensional changes. The last part, we have our dimensions for the door. We have our selections made here. Lastly, is this door going to need hinges? And if so, let's add them on right here. So we can see the image are now populated into the drawing. We can add our hinge sizes there. And we can adjust. If we need to ship our hardware separately, we can make that selection here. But from the end, we have finished now our selection. We have the price of our door, and we can go right back in to our quote. So I click finish here. We'll notice back to our quote tab, we now have 2 line items here. We can go and see our configuration summaries. And then the second piece now is we need to get this quote out to the customer. So if I go on the print tab up top here, I can generate a quote document right from CPQ. And then from here, we can make any changes. We can show our selling price. If this was internally, we could show a cost. And then we could go through it and make any changes to the document itself. We can add the document name. We can save it as a Word document or a PDF. We could show the pricing. We can show the terms. We could make any changes we need to. But let's preview this document and see what this looks like. So from the preview tab, it's going to load up as a PDF file as a new tab in the browser here. So we can notice right here, we have our logo for RenaissanceTech, where we're located, who we're selling to. We have Thomas Slick over at Big Sky Electric. Here's their shipping address as well. We do have our quote number up here. We can make any changes to that if need be. We do have the PO number I put in earlier. And we can also see who the sales rep was, when this quote expires, and the total value of the product selected. So we can also see some of their payment terms, their shipping information, any pricing or terms or comments that we need to add in. We can do that right here. And then from here, we can see the line details of each product we have chosen. And then from the bottom, we can see our full total shipping costs. If there was any shipping and handling, labor tax, that can all be calculated right within here. So real quick, I just need to close this document. We'll jump right back into enterprise quoting. Let me full screen again, just to show. So another thing too, what if we need separate versions of the quote? Right here, we see we're on version 1. If I clicked on the More tab, I could create a second version of this quote and go in and make any changes or add additional items if need be. Now from here, I can click on the Action tab. I could jump into Change Options and could easily go back into Configurator and make any adjustments to the selections I've made. Lastly, the second piece too is if we're selling this excavator to our customer and they say, hey, this would be one order. We're potentially looking at expanding our fleet by 6 or 7 more in the future. And we're going to need this exact same model. We can choose and say, this is going to be a name configuration. We could say Company B, excavator. and we can save that. So when we come back in to quote again, we can easily go back into our product catalog. We could look at named configurations over here on the category side, and we can see that our Company B excavator is right here to be added. We could go in and make any changes to the configuration, but this is going to add the item directly to the quote as we have configured before. So I've added the item here, and we'll see that the excavator has been added to the quote here. Along with that, I can switch in between each version of the quote. We now see that we have our original quote here for the 2 items, and this is what our customer wants to go through with an order. So our next step would be to convert this now to an order. So up here we have our quote. We see our quote number here. Now once we convert this to an order, this is going to create a new order and an order number for us. So we see we're now on the order tab. From here, we went from quote to the order tab. Let me just show you from a full view. We can see we have a new order placed right here that's still open. We can see which orders have been submitted. We can see all of our past information, but essentially we can go right back into our order, give it our final look and rundown, and then from here, we could place our order directly. So with placing this order, we can take it right into our ERP solution, our homegrown system, and really get the manufacturing and production side started. We can also come back here and see that these orders have been submitted, and then we have our PO number attached, the customer selected, and then we can come back and review when this product ships out. So that is the process of going through a quote to an order and then placing that directly into our ERP solutions. Last thing I want to touch base on, just a few things within. You do have access to a variety of different applications within the tool, for managing workflows within our Ion desk and our connectivity, along with, the home pages. Home pages is just another way that we can help verify our tasks based on each individual that's logging in. If I had any pricing approvals, as a sales manager, they would be showing up right here on my task list. I can also see if there's been any notifications regarding any quotes. I can see what quotes have been going through and just add any other pertinent information that comes through. So just another way that we're helping, empower your salespeople, giving you a tool to effectively communicate across, and then also arming your sales reps and internal organization with the tools needed to be more successful, to drive business and continue growing. So with that being said, I'm going to jump back over to our PowerPoint. We have a few more slides to run through, and then we'll open it up for questions. So I'm just going to change screens here, and I'm going to open back up our PowerPoint. So moving on here, let me just jump over and create our slide. So along with going through the CPQ solution, we wanted to show how versatile the application is, right? It is a product made by Infor, so it's compatible with all Infor products such as CRM and different ERP versions. But we also expanded beyond that breadth. We've worked with companies using Salesforce as their CRM, and Microsoft product family as far as ERP and CRM as well. And then SAP and Oracle being the other leaders in the industry from the ERP standpoint. And then from the 2D automation side, we work with all CAD solution providers such as Autodesk, SolidWorks, and PTC. So just another way that we're bringing you a solution that's going to fit within the scope of your business based on solutions you may have already implemented years ago. So with that being said, I want to just jump into a little bit about who we are at RenaissanceTech. We've been servicing and implementing the product configuration software for over the last 13 years. With our team, working with customers day in and day out, from either fully implementing the product to giving them the training, whether on building rules or using the sales portal, or and giving access to your dealers, along with just guiding you through the project. This is a big undertaking for a lot of organizations, and we bring a unique skill set to help think out the box, and really just get this product up and running, and you're off and running into new sales and new revenues that you never thought were possible. With that being said, we do support all products of CPQ, the configurator, the sales and ordering platform, generating your quotes and documents, along with a 2D automation on your product drawings. And then the second piece, we're big on integrating the product with, your other systems, making sure that data is being passed back and forth. And we do that from an on-premise and a cloud environment. So, on to the next one here. What type of customers do we work with? Well, we work with a variety of different industries, whether it's manufacturing, assembly, or just working with complex products, from a window and door company all the way to, your drive-through displays that you see at your local McDonald's. We work with everyone in between. And as mentioned, that brings a unique skill set to us, being able to, one, give you that out-of-box creative way to build out your rules, how to maintain your product, how to, launch this out to your dealer network. With us having so many implementations under our belt and so many customers that we support, there's really no challenges that we can't work through and get you up and running in the fastest, best way possible. So along with that, I wanted to throw out, my contact information. If there's any questions regarding CPQ or how this tool may be able to help leverage your business, please reach out to us. We're more than happy to work with you, show how the application can fit in and how we can make empowering your sales team, collaborating and communicating more effectively, and also taking you into that next level of your business and getting rid of that pen and paper and those extensive Excel spreadsheets. So with that being said, Megan, I'm going to open it up for any questions that may have come through.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like we just got one question here, Alex. How many users are supported in the EQ platform?
So within the CPQ application, we look at it two ways. There's internal users, which are your internal sales reps, some engineering folks, administration, whatever it may be. And then we have the external dealers. So there is no, limited user count, right? You can have up to unlimited users. As you continue to grow and scale your business, you're going to add those users accordingly. So as far as users, you can have as many as you need. And as your business continues to grow, this product will be here to support that as well.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. All right, I think that's everything. So thank you everyone for attending our webinar this afternoon, and thank you to Alex for taking the time to present for us. I'll send out a recording to everyone on Monday for you to rewatch or share with anyone who's interested. So thanks again, guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
Megan. Have a great day.